Sheila, can you tell us about disclosure, and why do parents find it very difficult to talk to their children about adoption and disclosing that to them?
Well, adoption disclosure very simply means sharing information with the child about the child being adopted. But contrary to what some people think, disclosure is not a one-off process where, sometimes they show this in the movies, where you just suddenly tell the child one fine day that this is what happened. Disclosure is about sharing information in a phased manner according to the child's questions, according to the child's age and socio-cognitive and emotional development. That is based on the child's readiness. It is a process that we start at a young age, and we give increased amounts of information or information in different ways about the adoption based on the child's age, like I said, and the child's abilities to understand.
Okay.
So what you tell a 3-year-old, which is just an idea about adoption, is very different from what you may tell an 8-year-old, and then finally the discussions that a 16-year-old may want to have with you about his or her adoption. Now, a lot of parents are hesitant to disclose about adoption, and the reasons are many. One of the primary reasons is the very fact that there are a lot of negative connotations still around the idea of adoption. Adoption itself is not really completely accepted in our socio-cultural milieu and in our country. This is again because when people marry, they are expected to have biological children. If you do not have children, then there is something wrong. There are infertility issues or health issues, perhaps. So, even when people are voluntarily childless, that is not considered legitimate. Having children and starting a family is part of a socio-cultural norm that we are not able to get away from, it seems. And women's worth and value, unfortunately, is still judged by their ability to have children. An infertile woman does not have the same status as a married woman who's able to produce children. So there are a lot of these negative connotations that surround childlessness, whether voluntary or otherwise. I don't think people stop to even ask whether it's voluntary. They just make their assumptions. And therefore, when a child is adopted, then the inference based on those kind of socio-cultural views and taboos is also negative. They adopted a child because they couldn't have children. They had difficulties having children, weren't good enough. And that's one reason why there is all this negativity that surrounds adoption, and parents therefore don't want to announce it to the world at large, and are hesitant to talk to their children about it. Another reason why parents are anxious is that they're not sure how children will receive the information. And that is a legitimate concern in some sense. We have this wonderful relationship with our child and everything is going well. What if I were to tell her that she's biologically not ours? What would her reaction be? So the fear, the worry, the concern of upsetting the child and derailing an otherwise happy family life is also what stops parents from, talking about adoption and sharing this information.